Vale. Viene más. Una va muy cuida, ¿no? O va a ganar a Julio, va a Julio. Ni Julio. Big apologies for the technical glitch. We're trying to learn how to live within the new normal. So there were problems of power on the ground as happened before. But we're trying to live within our means. Zephaniah Alnaitwe cause clean ball by Falak Shah. And Brian Masawa walks on to bat. Brian has had a terrible first two games, getting run out in both games. For those that know cricket, usually the coach will tell you if you run out, it means that you have played for the other team. We hope today he will be able to show the kind of class that we know he's capable of without getting himself run out. Brian Masawa Jones Lawrence Secretary has been trying to grind the total. A low scoring game in the morning. Clearly difficult wicket to battle. Difficult for some, but not difficult for Mr. Wasn't Bat, who continues to score a lot of runs in this tournament. Falak Shah bowling. Brian Masawa plays one beautifully down the ground. But on a heavy outfield, they're able to carry off, and he has to run very fast down the sector to make up the ground. And a very good throw from the deep. And here he caught both men out, but they're lucky to make it back home. The Mambas challengers looking for their first win in the tournament. They're one of the favorites, but they have not yet lived up to that bidding. So they'll need to find some form. Aziz Damani picked up their second win of the tournament after they defeated Big Shout and Appeal. Brian Masawa survives that one, playing all over the ball, but he's not given up by Mr. Eric Wandera. He lives to die another day. Falak Shah, very tiny new spinners. It is clear that the wicket is taking some time. So the teams have resorted to using spinners. The scores will not be big because teams have to grind out totals. The wicket has taken some time. It's been over 8 months since the last game was played on this ground. Therefore, the wicket has no pace yet. Tidy over from Falak Shah, picking up a wicket and giving away a couple of runs. Good one for the Mamba challengers. The Mamba challengers with a very good bowling lineup. Their problem has actually been their batting that has failed them in the games that they've lost. Fan can't afford the bowling from the ginger road end. One of the big players for the cricket craze for the last 3 years. The TV was told to try and correct his bowling action by the ICC. And a big player of the Ghana cricket. Most people remember him for being the person who scored that 100 in Logogo against Malaysia. The first 100 for Uganda in quite some time. And it was a very good, one of the best moments for Uganda in that tournament, which was not a very good one. Brian Masaba trying to up the ante with no success so far. I think he will need to occupy the crease for some time before he thinks of going big. Royal Masani Warriors with 3 wins so far in the tournament. Lost their first game this morning to the Aziz Damani Scorpions, who picked up their second win. Brian Masaba, it's straight, but not over Cosmas Chewuta, who takes a very good catch. The barren run for Brian continues. He doesn't have any luck. He's not run out today, but he fails to go over the top. He was trying to go over the top, but Mr. Cosmas Chewuta is tall enough to pluck it out of the air. Mamba Challenge has doing good things with the bowler in the field, but like I've mentioned, their challenge has been their batting, which has let down quite a few times. They're not being able to put up some big totals. Derek Mapunzi joins Lawrence St. Peter. Derek Mapunzi replaces his captain Brian Masaba. Derek Mapunzi, former under 19 captain. The man Ghana cricket expects very big things from Derek Mapunzi. He's your ideal all-rounder, can bowl, bat and field, but he has so far failed to live up to that billing. At a certain time, he was talked about as the replacement for the legend Frank Soga, but he hasn't taken the few opportunities given to him. There are not many that come your way when you play for the cricket craze. But even the few years ago, he hasn't taken them. But he's a very good player, very good hit, clean hit of the ball, and also a very tidy bowler. Ivan Tawi somewhere behind the stumps. Father Friedrich can be tricky for a wicketkeeper because of the variations he has. You don't know which one is coming, so you have to be on your game. You have to be alert all the time. And his bowling with the slip clearly is something for him in the wicket. I've just spoken about it, and the chances put down by Falak Shah, meaning there are opportunities around in that area, not taken after being so well in the fields, an opportunity is put down by Falak Shah. But Mr. Ifana Friedrich continues with the slip in place. He may add another if he knows what's going to make them into that region. Another good over this one for the Mamba challengers. They're drying up the runs with the slow bowlers. They still have Mr. Henry sending to ball. So I'm certain they will keep the slow bowlers on. Oh, they have to be complemented by Cosmas and David Wagwede. Quick swing up, run very fast, and Lawrence St. Peter makes it home and safe. Derek Mapunzi, his partner, is lucky. He didn't look ready for that single, but he's also safe. Another good over, only one of it with a wicket, and a big one like that. Brian Masaba gone for less than 10. Falak Shah continues from the shell end. Lawrence St. Peter and Derek Mapunzi batting for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. They are 51 for 4 in 7 overs. A lot more overs left in this game, but we'll hope to see some fireworks later. Like I mentioned, the Mamba challengers have a very good bowling unit. They just need to sort out their batting, which has failed them in the last couple of games. Henry Senyongo is yet to bowl, and they have a very fast and furious David Wagwede. Falak Shah also continues to bowl with a slip in place. But if I was the captain, I wouldn't use a slip for Falak. He doesn't have the variations that Afridi has, you're better off moving the man a bit behind so that you can cut off the seam. There are very few opportunities that will carry to the slip when Farah is bowling. And I've just mentioned this, the cutting ball, but Perry was always there to pick it up. They attempt to take a second one. There's an opportunity for a run out. The call in between Derek Bakunzi and Lawrence Empey has not been the best. Bakunzi could have easily been run out before he even faces any ball. Frank Akankwasa, the captain of the Mamba Challengers himself, is standing in sleep, following proceedings closely. Like I mentioned, the sleep is useless for Farah because he drops a few balls short, and those that are full don't have too much turn in them to induce an edge, so it will not carry to the sleep. Lawrence Empey, very unlucky, carries on the ball and loses his wicket. Very unfortunate. It looked like he was going to have a very good inning, but he goes to play a lazy shot into the slip column. He plays onto his wicket. Another scalp picked up by the Mamba Challengers, 63 for 5. Aziz Damani Scorpions, 8 overs. They still have 12 overs, but they're running out of resources. They need a very good partnership going. That can help them. 100 runs has been more or less a pass score in this tournament so far. So you need to score somewhere over 100 to have a fighting chance in the game. Another promising youngster, Mr. Stephen Wawose, joins Derek Bakunzi. These two guys played in the same under-19 team in 2015 in Malaysia in the global qualifiers. Wawose, a product of the GGSS Academy, all handled by Mr. Habib Mugara. Very, very decent wicket-keeper batsman. He started actually as a left-arm spinner. And along the way, he picked up the gloves, and he also transformed himself as a very good batsman. Plays for Challengers Cricket Club in the local league, and if they can get something going with Derek Bakunzi, they will help. It will definitely help the Aziz Damani Scorpions reach that magical 3-figure. Falak Shah struggling to control the ball. He's balled wide both ends of the wicket. Finally gets one going. And it's a good one. Another decent over for the Mamba Challengers. The two Pakistanis, Falak Shah and Irfan Afridi, are combining well to dry up the runs. So it'll be up to the captain, Frank Akankwasa, on how we can be able to utilize both of them to ensure that in between there are no loose overs. Like I mentioned, the wickets are taking some time without being used, so they are not taking a lot of pace, and the teams have resorted to using speed. This bowler will need a lot of effort to make sure he gets something out of this wicket. The captain brings himself on, Frank Akankwasa from the GWN. He replaces the Irfan Afridi, and they continue with the slip. I'll use a slip for Frank because Frank is not your regular off spinner. He likes to ball line and length, and definitely he can create some opportunities when he's bowling. Swing and miss for Derek Bakunzi. There's nothing there. Hopefully he can find something. He's still on 0. He hasn't scored anything yet. He's yet to struggle with scorers. But he'll also need some form. This time he tries to play a solid, still misses, doesn't get anything. Opportunity chance, but I don't think it carried to final feeding. Like I said, there are opportunities in that slip area. That's why Frank continues to work with the slip. Fielders will change a bit because Stephen Wawose is left-handed. And the slip continues in the same place. The Mamba challengers maintaining an attacking field. They are not giving away any singles. They are not dropping any man. There's only one person down out in the deep. That's where he was only used partially the deep wicket region. But everyone else is up in the circle. Everyone following on the YouTube channel, thank you for watching our the first edition of the Elite League 2020. There has not been any cricket this year, but this is an opportunity for the cricketers to try and find some action before the year ends. Frank drops Cosmas Chewuta to long off to try and save the over. Usually captains will do that. If they bowl 4 good overs, they drop their men for the last 2 balls to make sure that they don't concede a boundary in that over. Falaksha will continue from the shell end. Those familiar with Gogo, the shell end is the one that has KFC. And the Ginger Road end is the one towards the main Ginger Highway. Stephen Wawose and Derek Bakunzi grinding for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. They're 67 for 5 in 10 overs. Halfway stage of the game, they have 10 more overs to play. And they will surely be looking at least scoring 100 runs. He drives one beautifully through covers. In a very, very, very heavy outfield, they can only pick up a single. Any other day, for grounds like Chambo, that would be a boundary. We only pick up a single. Stephen Wawose is a tiny batsman, and if he takes his time on the wicket, he can be able to cause some damage to the Mamba challengers. The wide there from Falaksha. Falak has been struggling to control his line. He's bowling wides both sides of the wickets. And a few short balls, but the good balls have been able to pick up wickets. Good shot from Derek Bakunzi as well. Hits one past Henry Senyo. Again, they just pick up a single because the outfield is very heavy. The ball is not traveling as it should be. Mamba challengers. Another good shot from Stephen Wawose. They're only still, and very good work there in the outfield from the edging Ifana Fridi to cut off any more runs. They only pick up a single. They could have gotten a couple more if they had run very fast for the first one. tricky for Derek Makunzi. Very cautious in his approach, but Derek is a very good player. They put big hit of the ball. Once it is in his zone, I'm sure he will go for it. But he needs to be aware. Mr. Ifana Fridi and Perry was on there. And down there, they've been waiting for anything that is this hit. Sorry, down in the deep, waiting for anything that is mishit. Mamba challengers yet to win a game. They need to find some form. Derek Makunzi goes and conversion. Plays a very good reverse sweep for 4 runs. Clearly, that's a getaway shot. He needed to get something. He's pulling off. Those are some of the shots you play, and they tell you once you pull it off, it's a good thing. If you fail to pull it off, then your coach will blame you in the dugouts. For yourself. These vouchers are given to cut off the boundary option, but hitting him a single. Never run off in this field. Those are words from every cricket coach to young batsmen. And Mr. Stephen Wabose was trying to tempt fate. Wabose punches one into the gap and able to pick up a single. Very clean fielding from Kenneth Weiswan. A very good stuff from the Mamba challengers. He again goes for the reverse sweep and he connects. And this time, but clearly because he's facing bowlers who are taking it away from him, it's easy for him to be able to take it in the direction of where the ball is. But Derek is cautious and Yoli. To the wicketkeeper. Every wicketkeeper loves that. When a pace bowler's ball is able to carry to you without having to. Means the wicket has something, but you need to work very hard. Cosmas is a young man, recently played for the R19. Cut off by David Wabire. Tries to go big, but he's not able to get an edge. And they pick up a single. team as well. There are guys that ball down to that man and they pick up the seam. This is good. Like I mentioned, 150 has been 100 has been more or less a part of the teams of will not want the Aziz Damani Scorpions to go away. Again, good batting from Wawose and Makozi. They're picking up the singles, but also finding boundaries from the loose balls. And they're able to run through for a single. Good batting and good fielding from Daniel. And a good shot from Stephen Wawose, but it's not out from a very outfield. And very good cricket. I would like a goalkeeper to someone like Dwayne Bravo. No, we ran that Mr. Stephen was wanted to steal. There's these Damani Scorpions on the attack and they decided to check their field. They have opened it up to try and cut off the ban. the Aziz Damani looked like they were in trouble. Once it goes big, hits it in the gap. Lala runs across, holds on to it, but drops out of his effort in the deep by Lala. Clearly very disappointed, but he had a lot of work to do and a lot of. Wakonzi is lucky, gets another life. On 14, their partnership helping. Their partnership won 38 runs right now, 38 of 38 balls.
Lip smacking, thirst quenching, ace tasting, motivating, good buzzing, cool talking, high walking, fast living, ever giving, cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi. Cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi.
Shot from Mambas gets a boundary through the mid-wicket area. Not a good way to start an over for a bowler. They always say bowlers, your first and last balls should be the best. And immediately Frank decides to drop the 2 men in the deep to try and save the over from any more damage. Freddie flights one up. It's called wide by the umpire. Was going for a big swing, but he didn't connect with it. Another drive, but there's nothing there. Nothing. No one is at home. Ivan behind the stumps is able to collect the ball very well. Fana Freddie, very, very tricky bowler. Like I said, and very difficult for wicket keepers to keep. Another big swing by Mambas gets an edge, but they pick up a single. But at this moment in time, it's hard. Judged as a buy by the umpire, meaning there was no connection to it. A slight discussion from the umpires trying to find out what actually happened. I think they were just trying to confirm the number of balls so far gone in the over. Back end of the innings, very rare to have a sleep. That's why Mr. Lala is not using one. They're trying to protect the boundaries. Considering that both men are even set, they've been batting for a while now. Aziz Damani has gotten the magical number 107. How many more can they get? Another wide ball. I think the ball touched Wakonzi's part. Not a bad over. 6 runs off it from the Aziz Damani Scorpions. 16 overs gone, 5 wickets. 4 more remaining in the game. Aziz Damani will be looking at upping the ante a little bit to make sure they can get. David Wabure, no surprises, is bowling at this time. He will have to bowl one of the last overs. This is the best period for him to take. Lala is trying to understand from his captain why he needs him, whether up or down, and he's not very amused. Wabure and Wawose had an interesting encounter yesterday. They are both youngsters from Ginger, they know each other very well. Wabure kept bowling a lot of bouncers to his mate from Ginger. That is part of his armory. Wabire also an aspiring doctor. He studies at the Kampala International University. An opportunity again for Wabose, but Lala is down at the boundary. If he had stayed up, maybe he would have taken it. Because he was so far, couldn't take it. Wabire is useful in these overs because of his pace. It's difficult to put him away from bowlers, especially if he's not bowling full trackers. Lala sulking down at the boundary, maybe because he went for a couple of runs in his overs, but he needs to get it together for his team. The Mamba challengers have not won any game, and the last thing they want is bickering amongst themselves. Slower ball, difficult for keepers to take. Ivan has to rub that. Difficult for keepers to take. But Ivan is able to at least stop it from going for four. This team also has the experience. Lawrence Sematimba as one of the players. But today he didn't get a look in. Coach Jackson won, trying out all his options. Swing and a miss from Stephen Wawose. But the intention is clear. See ball, a hit ball. I don't think anyone will blame him for getting out right now, because it's about time to swing for the wins. Another swing, wild swing, gets an edge, runs down to that man, and is well picked up by Cosmas Chemuta out in the deep. Mamba challengers haven't used a lot, and we said a lot today. Was shot straight down the wicket from Derek Bakunzi. Ifana Fridi, not helping his team, like I said right now. Instead of handing in the ball, he tossed it down to the ground, and Aziz Damani Scorpions were allowed to win, they were able to steal another single. Very good intentions by the team. They decided to remove him out from the game. He's holding his shoulder. Maybe he has a problem. I don't know where Afridi was. Mamba challengers desperate for a win. And right now things are not going their way. They are 144 for Aziz Damani Scorpions are 144 for 5 in 60 overs. Another swing. Afridi is able to carry off. Full track of sorts. You feel Stephen Wawose could have played it better and gotten more out of it. Seventeen overs gone, 5 more wickets for Aziz Damani, 3 more overs for the Mamba challengers to bowl. Not a bad total with guys like Derek Bakunzi and Stephen Wawose. They've had some time in the middle. They are both 6. So it's now time for them to bend their backs. I'm sure the captain, Brian Massa, will send an instruction for them to try and go for it. But as they do that, it's important that they don't lose their wickets. It's good that set batsmen can be able to settle in there and see the game through. Olipa starts off with a wide ball. But Olipa is a very intelligent bowler in these moments. He will mix it up, the slow ones with the quick ones, and some Yorkers. So Derek Bakuns and Stephen Mambas have to be aware. The field is spread, their main patrolling the boundary. Once you go big, you need to go very big. Swing and a miss, but that just as a wide by the umpire. Olipa is not very convinced and doesn't look happy. Derek Bakunzi on 21 and Wamos on 20. Their partnership was a half century, 53 or 50 balls. Another lifesaver for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. But the Mamba challengers need to be keeping an eye on that scoreboard because it's ticking very fast. David Wawiri has gone for quite a number, 32 of his 3 overs. The captain. Opportunity. Kenneth Wisewa cannot take it because he was running around. Those drops chances could hurt you in the end, but it was also a difficult chance. The difficult chances haven't been taken. Have been difficult to take or haven't been taken in this tournament because clearly the players are coming off a very long break. Maybe the cricket will improve after a few overs. It's very, very hard work on the players playing 2 games every day with no break in between. But they're also hungry to get out there and make a difference. So good pull shot down in the middle by Derek Bakunzi. They can only pick up a single. Sometimes you feel some of those shots deserve more than just a single. Very good stuff from Wawos, and they pick up another single. If the boundaries are not coming, it's important that you keep the scoreboard ticking, but at least picking up the singles. Once you're able to get a bad ball, you can put it away for maximum runs. Good over from Royals Olipa for the Mamba challengers. David Wawiri comes in to bowl his final over. From the Shell Ellen Road. Swing and miss from Stevie Wawose. Maybe Wawose needs to try and get a single. instead of looking to hit the ball out of the park. Straight into the screen from Steven was very good shot. Waited on it and was able to hit it straight into the screen. The men are wide of the screen, so it's difficult to carry off. Maybe it has been expensive today, but he's one of those reliable bowlers that the captain can always rely on. Maybe today is just one of those days that are off. Owens tries to go for a big one. A quick single. Able to make it in time. Mambas tries to duck from one, but it's quick to get onto him. Hits him probably on the shoulder. Umpire doesn't indicate anything. It's given as a run to Mambas. I thought it could be given as a leg bye. David Wabere can be dangerous. With the kind of pace that he has. Full toss, chance, misfield at the boundary. Daniel Riani puts down the catch, and the ball also runs to a boundary. Very unlucky for David Wabere. Today has been one of those days. And we have the highest team total so far, 137 by the Aziz Damani Scorpions. Cosmas will bowl the final over from the Ginger Road end. Cosmas also very, very good bowler. And one of the rising youngsters. If given opportunities, Cosmas will definitely open bowling for the cricket cranes. Miss for Mr. Steven Wabose off the first ball of the final over. 5 more balls left in this game. Very good back foot punch from Wabose, but they can only get a single. Mr. Daniel Riani doing the cleanup in the deep. Derek Maposi hits it hard. But Kenneth Weiser is able to do some good fielding. And very good running between the wickets from Wabose and Makunzi. They pick up two. The outfield is very heavy, so you want to take the ball to run away. The outfielders who can carry off, there is an opportunity to save some boundaries. Swing and a miss from Derek Makunzi. But that is the option right now. There's no more time for being nice. You see ball, you hit ball. Very, very rich partnership between these two gentlemen. They've been able to pick up Aziz Damani Scorpions from a difficult place. They are now on 140. Straight, but it hits the wickets. They're running very hard between the wickets. But the run out is not properly affected by Cosmos. And the umpire doesn't give us anything or whatever, but you feel he was some distance out of his crease. Derek Makunzi on 39. And his partner was on 28. Another good shot and straight into the screen. Big six, that one from Derek Makunzi. Should take him to 45. This partnership now worth 79 runs and should help the Aziz Damani Scorpions pick up the second win of the day. The Aziz Damani Scorpions end the innings in style with a six from Derek Makunzi. Hit into the screen. Makunzi with Wabose with a rich partnership of 85. Makunzi finishing on 45 and Wabose on 28. Makunzi has 45 of 34 balls, 2 boundaries and 3 sixes. Wabose scored 28 of 35 balls with 3 boundaries, all of them fours.
Ace tasted motivating, good, buzzing, cool, talking high, walking fast, living, ever giving, cool, fizzing, always loving Pepsi. Cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi.
Every time you open a Pepsi, Everbest Tonic, Mountain Dew, or Mirinda, you get closer to the people you love. Get free airtime and MBs in every glass bottle at zero cost. Simply SMS the code under the crown to 7888 and stay forever connected with your friends and family.
Forever connected.
Second innings about to get underway. And the Mamba Challengers need 149 runs for the win. If they can get them to pick up their first win. That is Damani Scorpions walking onto the field to defend their total. Trevor Kenya opening the bowling for the Aziz Damani Scorpions from the Ginger Redheads. And he's bowling to Farah Shah. Trevor, one of the exciting youngsters for the cricket cranes as well. Made his debut on that tour to India and Qatar early this year before the pandemic hits. He looks to have lost some bit of weight, but it hasn't taken away any of the amazing swing that he has. Very good swing bowler, Trevor. And he has a very good future. If Trevor was born in countries like England, he would probably be bowling as beautifully as Jimmy Anderson. I'm sure that will rub people like Mr. Abu Mayanja the wrong way. But Trevor finds swing in a country that totally has no wind to help him do that. Swing and a miss from Farak. Farak has a double century in our local league squad last year against Tornado. He's a very tidy batsman. And he hits the ball long and far. Nothing yet to trouble the scorers from the Mamba challengers. They are chasing 148, 49 for the win, 148 to tie. So that will go for a super over. Big shot again. Falak connects, picks up 6 runs. It's a good batsman. Trevor bowls one shot of length and it's easily picked up by Falak after bowling 5 good balls. But you know Trevor will have a strong comeback, a very good bowler. But the thing about artists like Trevor is that some of the balls go haywire, and those loose ones are the ones that batsmen pick up because they've also been waiting for their opportunity. Can the Mamba challengers chase down 149 for the win and deny the Aziz Damani Scorpions their 3rd win of the tournament so far? First over is done, 6 runs of it. Not a bad one from Trevor. A good over. The challengers still behind the required rate of 7 runs every over. They were only able to get 6. Moshin, who plays for KICC in our local league, bowling from the Jidero leg. Another mysterious bowler. One with some... It's hard to pick him up. Stephen Wabose behind the stumps for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. And right next to him is the captain of the side, Brian Masala. Washin, another one of the Asian players in this tournament, is a line and length bowler. He will bowl 6 balls in the same area. And it's up to the batsman to find answers to the questions he's asking. The Mamba challengers are desperate to win this game. Because they're the only team yet to win any game in this tournament. Tidy pace for Moshin. Perry yet to have the solution to it. Perry punches one at backward points. He can only pick up 1. Very heavy outfield. 2s are turned into 1s and 3s are turned into 2s because the ball cannot travel any further. Seen to continue. The Aziz Damani Scorpions missing Mr. Shazad Kamal this afternoon. This will be an interesting duel between Falak and Moshin. These are 2 guys who know each other very well. They will probably play some village cricket together in Pakistan. Falak goes over the top and picks up a boundary. Ball flies over the head of Mr. Wazim, bat and point. He's able to pick up a boundary. Falak, not your ordinary batsman to stay around long. He likes to score his runs very fast. And that's why I mentioned that the Mamba challengers, by sending him to open, their intentions were clear that they're trying to win this game. Two overs down. Falak and Perry batting for the Mamba challengers. And Trevor Bukenya is going to bowl the second over from the Ginger Road end. Will be bowling to his compatriot Perry Wazombe. Perry and Trevor recently played for the under 19s and the qualifiers in Namibia, where Uganda was unlucky to finish third, and Nigeria went on to represent Africa at the finals. The Mamba challengers 11 for no in 2 overs. Bowled beautifully by one of those beautiful in-swingers from Trevor Bukenya. Clips the stumps, and the Mamba challengers lose their first wicket. 11 for 1 in 2 overs. Perry drops his head, but the ball could have gotten anyone on any day. The Mambas clearly going for it, and they sent another dangerous man in Rogers Olipa. They don't have time to waste. They know they will need to chase his total. And if they're going to do so, they are better off showing intent in trying to do so. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for you to win some of the amazing things we have for everyone who's watching from home. You can't have the fans in the ground yet, but you can follow the action on our YouTube stream on the Cricket Uganda YouTube channel. The games are live and free, and once you predicted the winner for every game, you will be able to win yourself a voucher worth 35k from Kaveri. In these times, it will be good for you to save some money when you win yourself a voucher. Rogers Olipa facing his first ball from Trevor. Another perfect in swinger, but sliding down. Seems to have hurt Olipa. I don't know if the pads he has are giving enough protection, but it seems to be in some kind of discomfort. Olipa still to get off the mark, trying to find some answers to the questions Trevor Bukenya is asking. You can see probably telling him to find him a single. They will be able to deal with the rest. If I run the ball down to third man, and Machine does something up down there. As the Mambas pick up a single. Their first run in this over, 4 balls gone. Maybe Falak can be able to salvage the over for them by picking up a boundary. In simple maths, the Mamba challengers need to score a boundary in every over to be able to stay with the asking rate of 7 runs per over. Fowler tries to go big, and he's not successful. Brian Masaba cuts off the ball in mid-wicket. Brian, a very good fielder. He has removed himself from the slip. And Aziz Damani Scorpions keeping a tight field as well. Swing gets an edge that runs off for a boundary. Match daily runs, doesn't matter where they come from. But the Mambas need them. A good over from Trevor. Picked up a wicket and went only for 5 runs. The asking rate for the Mamba challengers is 7. In the first over, they could only get 6. And in Moshin's over, they only got a boundary. Could only get 4, so they have a deficit of about 3 runs from each of the overs they've faced so far. But they have some big hitters in that team coming down. The captain Frank Akakwasa himself and Ivan Tawi are both big hitters of the ball. They can do some damage. Moshin will continue from the Shell End Road, those familiar with Ugogo. The Shell End is where Java House is located. Moshin, a dream captain's bowler, is always on the money, never strays down the leg or too full, is always on the money. But the captain, Brian Masawa, is aware of the threat that Rogers Olipa poses, so he decides to bring his fine leg up and he drops an extra cover to cut off any chance of them hitting that ball through the covers for 6 or 4. Let's see if that's a very good decision. Oh, good shot from Rogers Olipa. Moshin strays into his pad and is clipped through mid-wicket for 4. Rogers is a man of enormous potential who can bowl and bat. Those are very rare species in cricket. And once you find them, most of them are special. Rogers is one of them. Very, 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 very good batsman. Very good all-rounder. They always say after boundary, always pick up a single. And I think Olipa clearly was trying to find one. He just didn't get one. Stephen Wabos is trying to give him some ones. That's why Roger is walking away from his wickets. But those are young guys, and they enjoy the bat amongst themselves. Good shot from Rogers Olipa. The chase is on for Sempija. He's able to win the race. Doesn't look like it. He comes second in that chase. 4 runs for the Mamba challengers from the part of Rogers Olipa. Beautiful cover drive. I have a feeling we are going to have a very good game on our hands. The Mamba challengers seem to have come out with intent. They are willing to back their skill, to back up the decision they've made to save big hitters up front with the skill they have. If they can occupy that crease for at least it will be interesting to see how this game can finish. Olipa and Falak doing the business. 24 runs in about 3 overs. About 8 and over what they need. They need 2 big overs for them to be able to have a say in this game. Another good ball for Moshin. Not a bad over for the Mamba challengers. They will take what they've got in 2 boundaries in that over. 8 runs, the first big over they've had in this game. Trevor is taken out of there. Trevor continues from the Ginger Road end. Trevor is not your death bowler option, so it is better to always allow him to bowl all his 4 overs up front. And he's getting some wise words from someone who knows Farak Shawel. Wasn't bad, passing on some words of wisdom to Trevor on how we can counter the threat of Farak. Very good bowling from Trevor. He's hitting his good areas. All the balls that have gone for boundaries are the ones that he has missed his mark. But his good balls are hard to put away. Trevor trying to do something after seeing Farah poking from his stance. Ball it wide and far, and the umpire calls that a wide. But a good decision again from Trevor. Trying to outthink Farah. It's good to see this kind of duels between bowlers and batsmen. Farah tries to go big, but he can't get over Gerald Mubiru, who helps Trevor pick up his 2nd wicket. That's the end of Farah's innings, not a long one, but he had to do something. You cannot afford very many dot balls when you're chasing 149 for a win. The Mamba challengers lose their 2nd wicket. Ivan Tautamuira. Ivan Tau joins Rogers Olipa. Ivan Tau, a very good player. He's had stints playing in the US local league. And he could do some damage to the Mamba challenger, to the Aziz Damani Scorpions. They'll be looking out for what he can do. And I'm sure his team will be counting on him. Shot from Ivan. Scoop down for 6. Sometimes unfair to a bowler like Trevor. Because of his swing, as long as the batsman is able to get something onto it, he will go for runs. 6 runs to get Ivan off the mark. And the Mamba challengers will need a lot more of that from Ivan. There are changes in the field from Brian. He decides to drop a deep square leg instead of a fine leg to try and cut off any more boundaries. Ivan goes big again, and Machine cannot carry off. Another boundary at the 4, turning out to be an expensive over. But like I said, the Mamba challengers are going after the total. Most times in Uganda we say, "Watch the defeated man." So they would rather go after the total and be all out in 10 overs than try and grow towards the win by nudging. Interesting to see. 35 now for 2 in just 4 overs. Trevor is bowling the 5th over of the game, but that's not a bad total to start with. Ivan stays deep in his crease. He's always waiting on anything that loose. I think he has a strong back because he leans back when he's trying to get power in his shots. And if you know Ivan, he is one of the few players who carry around very heavy bats. So you need to be very fit to be able to tee off balls. A change in bowling. Innocent Mwebaze comes into attack. Innocent, a prodigal son to Ivan Tautamwera from Nyakasura. Those are boys that Ivan spent a lot of time on and put in efforts to see them come this far, which is a very, very good thing. We wait to see what he can do. Innocent has very, very tidy pace, and he can be a threat. It will be interesting to see him bowling to someone he considers as a mentor. They pick up a single. He glances towards fine leg. Machine is able to clean up, and they get a single. Ivan bowling to Innocent Mwebaze, who knew this is going to be an interesting one for both of them. Ivan goes big. He dispatches his son on the top of NCS offices for 6 runs. Like I mentioned, the Mamba challengers have decided to go after this total, come what may. They will rather be all out in 10 overs than try and crawl towards the total by scoring 1s and 2s. Good shot from Ivan. He's scoring fast. He's not wasting any time. He has so far scored 2 6s and 1 4. Bouncer from Innocent, good comeback there, trying to challenge his prodigal father that I'm here to also be business, and this is how far I come. This is how far I've come through your guidance. Good comeback ball, but would have been deadly. If I had gotten anything on it with machine up into the circle, could have just run away for 4. Again, Ivan tries to step out, but he picks up the slower ball earlier and they pick up a single. Good over so far for the Mamba challengers. I've liked the attitude of the Mambas. They've decided to go after this total. Usually most teams would think that the journey is going to be difficult, but the Mambas are here chasing the game. Another single, very good cricket from the Mamba challengers. While they still go for the big hits, they're able to pick up the 1s and 2s as well. I remember Coach Martin Suji used to say, "Fika karibu," as you try and chase down a total. 44 for 2 in 6. 44 for 2 in 6 from the Mamba challengers. Rogers Olipa and Ivan Tawi on strike. There was a bowling change, Lawrence Sempita replacing Trevor Bukenya. Ivan goes out, the opportunity. Oh, Trevor, difficult chance not taken, but a good effort from Trevor Bukenya out in the deep. Getting his best shot. And he nearly took it. Very, very, very good effort from Trevor Bukenya. Ivan follows up with a single. Good cricket from him. He nearly lost his wicket, but follows it up with a single. That's very good cricket from him. The partnership between Stephen Wawose and Derek Bakunzi did wonders for Aziz Damani Scorpions. It was worth 85 runs, and the Mamba challengers will also be looking for some heroes to help them overcome this mountain. Ivan goes big again, but he drops into the gap. The chase is on, trying to save the boundary, and Innocent is able to do that. But Ivan has shown his intent. He's here. He wants to make sure that the short time he spends here, he scores as many runs as possible. He's already into his 20s, yet he came before Oliver. We're already into the 50s, 51 for 2 in 7 overs. Ivan on 22 and Oliver on 12. There's a bowling change. Gerald Mubiru replaces Innocent Mambas. Innocent has only bowled one over and was going out of the attack. Maybe the Aziz Damani Scorpions thinking the slow option could be able to give them different results. Ivan Cowie has been on the attack from the onset. Goes for a wild slog, was not given out by the umpire. The youngster Rogers will be prepared to give him some wise words, probably telling him to calm down because he's already on top and he doesn't need to attack everything. Let's see how that works. The required run rate is 7.66 and the Mamba challengers are doing a good job keeping at par with that total. They are currently 7, getting at least 7 runs every over. This partnership worked 25 over 18 balls. Of those 25 runs, Ivan has scored 22. Gerald Mubiru has slowed the game down for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. They have not yet had any luck yet in terms of finding a boundary this over. Balls a full one, trying to be very clever. I don't know why players like to do that. Should have stayed with the same intention instead of trying to do something different. Straight into the screen, but Lawrence Epija is wise to is alert to the danger and he serves the boundary. The Mambas can only pick up 2 runs. The Aziz Damani Scorpions have played 2 games today, and Mr. Lawrence Epija, who's patrolling the boundary, looks spent. After serving that boundary, he needed to catch his breath. But only 3 runs off this over so far, and a good one for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. Gerald Mubiru also made his debut for the Cricket Cranes on that India and Qatar tour. He stares down Ivan Cowie. He thought he should have had him on the first ball he bowled to him, but the umpire didn't give out that LB. A good over for them. For the Mambas, a good over for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. The Mambas could only pick up 3 runs and probably even a wicket if the umpire had given out that LB. Brian Masaba continues with Lawrence Epija from the Dinero end. Lawrence a tidy bowler, wicket to wicket style, and with the spread field, he has enough protection to make sure he doesn't go for runs. A lot of words of wisdom, youngster Zephaniah Katunji shouting from the boundary to make sure that the field is properly set and they are not giving away any free boundaries. There are very few scoring options unless you can play the deal scoop over the man at fine leg, or you find yourself scoring through cow corner. Brian Masaba, very close to us here, shouting orders, and he decided to drop a man into cow corner. That region was very open, and with the kind of bowling that St. Peter has, it's very easy to put him in there. They are trying to chase 2 runs. I don't know if they can make it, and they decide to take 2 runs. Poor fielding efforts by the Aziz Damani Scorpions, because the intention for the Mambas was clear from the get-go that they need to pick up 2 runs. Aziz Damani has gone all-out defense, and they've stopped they've stopped setting an attacking field. Everyone is at the boundary. The signs there are clear that they're trying to, they will allow the singles, but they don't want to give away any boundaries. So unless Ivan and Olipa are going to run the whole day, they will need to go big at a certain time. The guys at the boundaries are all decent fielders. One of them is the captain, Brian Masaba, Zephaniah Katunji the other, and Derek Bakuz is at deep cover. Another single. Not a bad over so far from Lawrence St. Peter. Ooh, swing and a miss, but fooled everyone, including the wicketkeeper. Stephen Wawose is not able to hold on to the ball. They pick up a bye. 5 runs so far for the Mamba challengers. Remember, their asking rate is 7 every over. So they will need at least to find another 3 runs from somewhere. Ivan hits one very hard, but straight to the man in deep cover. Derek Bakuz, who does the cleaning up. The Mamba Challengers, the only side without a win in this tournament, and they are desperate for one. Gerard Mubiru bowled a very good first over, and he's back to bowl the second one. Big shout again against it's interesting. Ivan is yet to get on top of Gerard Mubiru, and this duel is going to be very interesting. The equation is very simple for the Mamba challengers. They need 88 runs of 65 balls. A lot of balls and also a lot of runs, but they still have 8 wickets in hand. It's just a 9th overrunning, but the Aziz Damani Scorpions are already in defensive mode to make sure they can pick up their third win. Machine is slowing too in handing in that ball. There could have been a chance. Olipa didn't look very quick between the wickets, or maybe he wasn't interested in the single in the first place. Mubiru and Olipa know each other very well. They played together for a long time on the under 19 side, and were also part of that cricket cranes team to India and Qatar. Olipa is slow in his approach. He may look harmless, but once it is in his zone, he will go after it. Again, there is no mid wickets. The opportunity goes begging. But I'm sure the Aziz Damani Scorpions won't mind giving away a single, as long as they're not giving any burdens. Only 2 runs off this over so far, with 4 balls gone. The Mamba challengers need something, and they need to find it very quickly. They were scoring very fast against the quick bowlers until Brian Masaba brought out his slow bowlers. I don't think Ivan would have wanted to hit it there. Full toss and a juicy one. But sometimes those full tosses are very difficult to put away. And getting under them is difficult. If a signals for some water, they've been doing some heavy running between the wickets with Ivan. But they will need some boundaries to complement the singles they've been making. To be able to keep up with the total. The weather in Logogo is a little cloudy and a bit cold, but the Mambas need their backs warm to be able to chase down this total. The highest team total so far in the tournament set by the Aziz Damani Scorpions, 148, and the Mambas are trying to chase 149 for the win, which will be a record chase for this tournament so far. Ever goes for the scoop. No luck in there. I only pick up a single. There was a hint of a chance in that. But like I mentioned, the players have been off for a long time. So taking those half chances, most of the players have been making the half chances land right in front of them. The captain, Brian Masaba, must be thinking if he was in that place, he'll be able to take the chance. Very good field set by the Scorpions. The challengers are only finding singles, but they need to be dealing in boundaries, which is not possible right now. Ivan and Olipa need to think of something else, or they need to think of some unconventional shots for them to be able to win this game. Another single again, but Gerard Mubiru is very quick to pick up the ball. As young as I'll tell you, as long as you get quickly towards the ball, the batsman will have no intention of running again. Another single. The Scorpions are willing to give away all those singles, but the Mambas know that they need more than singles for them to catch that total. They've slowed down the rate a bit. Only 68 runs in 10 overs for 2 wickets. I'm sure they know they need to be around 180. They need to be around 80. I wouldn't dare anyone take a single. I would dare anyone take a single against Brian Masaba, with the kind of fielder he is. first angle, they're trying to take 2 runs, but Gerard Murillo is quick. They can't dare run on the misfield. Those are the first simple rules that you're taught when you're batting, that never run off the misfield. Because usually some fielders use it as an opportunity to run you out. Sacha Emmanuel, the 12th man for the challengers today, comes on with some words of wisdom from the dugout. We don't know what the challengers are thinking, but they must be.
Lip smacking, thirst quenching, ace tasting, motivating, good buzzing, cool talking, high walking, fast living, ever giving, cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi. Cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi.
Changing ball, the batsmen just have a look to make sure they are comfortable with the new ball. Mr. Oliver showed his irritation. He was going for a wild swing, but he pulled out of it quickly. It's a good shot. What a catch by Wazimbat at points. He didn't look like he was going to take it. He went down lazily, but was able to cling onto it. Very, very good catch from Wazimbat. Happy times for the Aziz Damani Scorpions. Olipa can be dangerous, and he had spent enough time on the wickets. He was forging a good partnership with Ivan Tawi. Losing a set batsman at this time is not a very good one. Mr. Daniel Riano, who's coming in, is also a clean hit of the ball. My apologies, the captain, Frank Akakwasa, decides to sell himself. If you can spend enough time with Ivan Tawi, I'm sure they can find something for the Mamba challengers. Frank Akakwasa, the game is set for him. He has the ability to hit the ball long and far, but also control himself as a batsman. Frank is very calculating. He will know what is needed in every over. He's not the kind of player who will swing for the wins without caution. Not very good calling between the two of them, but Frank gets off the mark with a single. Good fielding from Lawrence Sempida, who's in the cover area. Ivan should be taking most of the strike now, considering that he's the second batsman. while Frank Akakwasa gets familiar in his environment. Tries the reverse sweep, got the top of the bat, and he picked up another single. Gerald Mugiru has been useful. He's been able to slow down the game for the Scorpions. The Mambas are taking a liking to the pace of Trevor Ukenya and Moshin. Frank Akakwasa goes big. He deposits the ball over the head of Trevor Ukenya, who's at long on. We know that's the ability he has. Had a very good tour to India and Qatar. Was one of the highest run scorers for the cricket craze. There are big things coming for this boy. Mr. Famsu, they must be watching him in his side mirror. And he knows that he's the kind of player who will replace him in the long term of the cricket craze. Frank Akakwasa was a very talented tennis player. His big brother Boris Akuma is a seed 1 or seed 2 in Ugandan tennis. So he's an all-round of sorts. He can play tennis and also play cricket very well. There are many people like that in this cricket setup. Patrick O'Chan, who now lives in Australia, was an amazing tennis player before he switched to cricket. Duncan Mugabe, who is currently in the US, used to play tennis before he swapped roles with his brother Daniel Riange, who is now a cricketer and was also a good tennis player. Ronald Semana, also another of those tennis people into cricket. Jonathan Sembani also knows how to use the rackets. So there have been a lot of boys who have played both of the games and were very good at either of the games that they played. Ivan leaning on his bat. I don't know if his score is ready to take the quick one. Frank Akakwasa tries to go big. But Ivan must have told him, do not worry about the big ones. You can always give me the single as you take your time to get ready. 12 overs into this game, 3 wickets down. The Mambas at 79. They need to find some big hits. Pick up another single. And Brian Masawa clear, I won't mind that. As long as they're not picking up any boundaries. Lawrence Templeton adjusting his lane toward bowling after he saw Frank Akakwasa shuffling in this crease. The asking rate is climbing. It's now up to 9 every over. The guys at the boundary were lazy to come up, and the Mambas are able to pick up 2 wins. But the rate is going up. The Mambas now need 9 runs every over. And require another 65 runs in 43 balls. Not impossible, and can be done. Frank was not aware that it was already the second one because Wazim doesn't cover too much ground. And Brian had thought Wazim would cut off the ball first. End of the 13th over, 7 more to play. 85 for 3, the Mambas, and they need 64 runs or 42 balls. The Mambas need a hero. We need the Ivan Tautamuye, who's on 36 of 28 balls. Or will it be their captain? Frank Akakwasa was 10 of 6. They need 9 runs every over to be able to win this game. Gerard Mobilu so far a tiny bowler for the Mambas. He's bowled 3 overs for 16. And he's going to bowl his final over. Ivan has not had an opportunity of dealing with Gerard Mobilu the way we want to. But it will be, let's see what can happen in this final. And they decided to take a quick single. Zephania is quick to pick up the ball and they can only find a single. Maybe Ivan will let Akakwasa deal. Trying to run the ball down to that man, but he has not had any luck. And they get nothing off that ball. The more dots in this moment, the more pressure for the Mambas. Again, the swing and a miss. The intent from front is that it's time to go big. I don't know if it is wise. Maybe they will rather let Gerard finish his next 3 balls and they will deal with the other bowlers. Only 8, but they can only find a single. This kind of outfield, the ball comes nicely towards the fielders. It's difficult to misfield. The Mambas need something, and they need to find it quick before they run out of resources. Ivan hits one straight into the screen. Zephania makes a meal of it and gives away boundary. A welcome boundary for the Mamba challengers. It's been a while since the last got a boundary. But because Zephyr and Trevor, who are both at long off and long on, are too wide of the screen, if you hit the ball straight into the screen, the opportunities for you to pick up the boundary. You need to cover a lot of ground to cut off the ball. Another one, Ivan picks up a single. Frank is trying to be cheeky and pick up another single just in case Zephania doesn't feel the ball well. Ivan on 42 now is the set man, and he'll need to go all the way for the Mambas. They need a hero, and the hero had better be Ivan Tavi today. Frank Amakwasa is on 11. Gerald has finished his overs. He got 1 for 23 with 4 overs. Lawrence Sekijagwe for 24 in his 4. Innocent Muevas, the youngster, is back in the attack. He was clipped for a 6 by Ivan. Let's see what he can do. The asking rate keeps going up, close to 10 runs every over. So the Mambas need a hero. Need at least 2 big overs for them to get closer to the total. Partnership is worth 22 runs so far. No wide from the umpire, meaning it was a good ball from Innocent Muevas. Another single for the Mambas, but they need some big hits right now for them. And Innocent will be the kind of bowler who's there for the taking. He's still young and inexperienced. One or two boundaries may disorganize him, giving the Mambas an opportunity to score big from his over. A good shot there from Fakakwasa. Flies over the ball at points and they get a boundary. They need many more of those. They need many more from the captain's blade for them to get closer to the total. Single for the challengers, always follow up a boundary with a single. That's how we are. That's how the youngsters are taught. Ivan goes big, but there's a chance. Zephyr cuts off. But it seems to have gone down in some discomfort. Not easy on the players. They have been out for a long time. So it's difficult to do certain things that they used to doing. Physio runs on. Physio sporting some stylish haircuts. For those on social media, he spotted that look on her birthday. Maybe the new age is coming with new things. But she should be able to take care of Zephyr. She always does. The game evenly poised. But so far the Scorpions on top and in charge. Brian Masam and his team made a very good decision to go defensive immediately without attacking, taking too much time in the attack. Ivan set on 44 of 34 balls and Frank there with him on 16 of 11 balls. The rate is 10 every over. And they will need a hero to help them overcome this total. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Pepsi, Access, of course the team owners, Aziz, Damani, Metro Tires, Rainbow Paints, the physio has sorted out Zephaniah is a tough boy who doesn't even need to go off. The Mambas need 50 runs of 31 balls. Many runs, very few balls. Innocent Muelas, they're trying to be clever with the slower ball, but it's spotted by the captain, Fakakwasa. Like I said, this should have been the bowler that the Mamba should have gone after because he's young and not inexperienced. 49 of 31 balls. It's not impossible. Both mathematically and economically. Big shot from Fakakwasa. Calvin also to a very good catch. The ball clearly was going for maximum, but Calvin also to a good catch. Very good field placement by the captain. And also Innocent picks up a wicket. It was a vulnerable bowler that is able to salvage some pride for the team. Kenneth Weiss, who are another of those exciting youngsters in the cricket players team, walking on to bats. The Mamba challengers still have options. Daniel Rianga is yet to bat, and Mr. Ifana Freed is also yet to bat. So there's still enough firepower in that lineup. But you would think maybe in this situation, Ifana Freed could have been the better option than Kenneth Wyson. Kenneth Wyson takes time before he warms up. You need someone who can go after the ball from the one goal to come in. But you just never know what Mr. Jackson Ogwang could be holding out for his big gun for a late show. I understand the Mamba Challengers camp is under pressure because they need to find some wins in the tournament. We're on day 3 and yet to pick up a win. Brian Masaba making a bowling change, bringing back Moshin. The intent from Ivan is clear. He's not going to give Moshin any time to settle. A wild swing there, swing and a miss. If he had connected, you would think the ball would have been a shell. But there was no chance. Ivan, who is set now, needs to help his team, take them closer to the total. Their 100 is up, so it's 49 required in 5 overs. And they still have resources, 6 more wickets. Chance, but there's no slip. You can only get a single, the ball runs down 5 man. Kenneth Weiss, the new man on strike. Kenneth, very, very, very good all-rounder. But right now, the Mambas need him to deliver something big for them. Takes a glance at finally, there's no man, the man is up. Maybe he's thinking of playing the scoop. The boundary is patrolled by 4 players. Goes through the cover, they can get a single, but that's not enough. They need more than singles to win this game. The Elite League, the first edition of its kind in Ugandan cricket. An edge flies over the kickoff for 4 runs. Welcome runs for the Mamba Challengers. Someone mentioned in my days I would have taken one of those. But those were many, many years ago. Someone has reminded me in the comments that I gave away a league title in 2012 against Toledo after missing an edge like that. One of those painful moments for me. It was Farouk Oshimi bowling, and the edge was off the bat of Ntanda Musa. A painful moment for me, and I remember this coach Samuel used to be keeping us in the dressing room for the next 2 hours before we let us go home. Another inside edge might not run away for a boundary. Innocent is able to carry it off. $50 for Ivan Tawi. A very good one. A very good one for Ivan. A very good boundary for Ivan Tawi, batsman wicketkeeper for the Mamba Challengers. He's now the set batsman. He's now the set batsman for the team and he needs to see the game through. Hopefully he can stay there to the end. But Ivan has done a lot for cricket in Yakasura. A lot of boys are coming through to play for both the under 19s and also the national team. Yakasura is one of the founding cricketing schools found in Fort Portal. Western Uganda, on your way to Bulebujo, is one of those. They are famous for putting on the Scottish kilt as their uniform. The full toss is working magic for the Scorpions. The Mamba Challengers are not being able to put it away very well. Nyakasura School puts on that Scottish kilt as their uniform. It's interesting to see the boys putting on a skirt. Some of the men's legs are not things that you want to see on a daily basis. Innocent Mambas, Brian Masaba keeping faith with him, is now going to start over. He went for a couple of runs, but he was able to pick up the big scarf of the captain, Frank Akakwasa. "41 of 24 balls. Nothing difficult in this. But can the Mamba Challengers do it?" A shot from Kenneth Waiswa deposits that in the cow corner region. 6 runs. Puts a lot of pressure on the bowler. If you go for 6 of your first ball, means you have to work very hard to come back and bowl the other 5 balls. But Innocent is a strong boy. He could be able to get on top of Kenneth Waiswa, right? There's no man out there, and that's a region, if you're going to bowl by ourselves, that's a region batsman will be looking at. And like I said, a very good ball from Innocent. No bigger kill. There was some noise, could have been the shot. But the umpire, experienced Patrick Makumbi, the #1 umpire in Uganda and also part of the ICC Africa umpire panel, does not give him out. Means he wasn't out. But a good comeback from Innocent. With a very good bouncer. Like Kenneth couldn't put away. But if he gets back on that, you know it will clear a fly over the wicketkeeper for 4 more runs. I'm sure his strategy is to work with the pace. Kenneth disappointed with that effort. But they have to go for everything right now with the Mamba Challengers. Ivan, who's the set batsman, has to take charge. 34 of 21 balls, the equation is very possible. 1 big over. And it could be an interesting end to this game. Ivan swings very hard, but can only get an edge. And a good ball from Innocent, who saw hesitation and ball a slower ball instead of bowling one that is very fast. 33 of 20 balls, still very possible. 2 sixes can change the equation. It will be 12 of 33. And will put pressure on the Scorpions. For those that used to enjoy WBS, there's a show called Late Show. And it's about to start in the next 2 overs. Kenneth not happy. Kenneth not happy. He wanted to probably get 6 runs off that, but he was not able. The ultimate revenge for Wanderers in 2013 was winning the T20 against Tornado in a super over. Another swing and miss from Ivan. End of that over. 32 of 18 required. A good over from Innocent after going for 4 in his first over. Brian Masaba needs to plan for his final over. This strike baller, Trevor Kenya, has an over to bowl. It will be interesting who will be going, who will bowl that final over. There's a small discussion between Moshin, Wazim Bats, and Trevor Kenya, and I think they are trying to decide who should bowl that final over. But the key over in T20 cricket is the 19th over. Whoever bowls that holds the keys to the win. Only 3 overs left this game. 32 runs required of 18 balls. Moshin is trusted with the 17th over. The future of the elite league is the Indian Premier League, and hopefully Kenneth Weiser hits one down the wickets, but Zephania Arenaito with some good work in the league will can only pick up a single. Ivan again needs to take charge as a senior player of the two to make sure that the Mamba challengers can pick up a win. A very good batting effort from the Mambas. This is the wow. I'm telling you, Ivan tried to do something, but Moshin comes up on top with the wickets, and a big wicket of Ivan Thaw with the second batsman. Father Fred will be facing familiar foe and his friend Moshin. They know each other very well from Pakistan, but a very good inning from Ivan. He gave the Mambas a chance to win this game, scoring a very tiny half century, 52 of 41 balls. 52 of 42 balls. 5 boundaries, 2 sixes, and 3 fours. Bana. Ifana Fridi, the man who gave us too much joy in 2017, scoring a century here in Ogogo, also to bat. And we hope he can be able to deliver a win for the Mambas. The Mambas need 31 runs from 16 balls. One big over is enough to change this game in the favor of the Mamba challengers. Would it be this over or the next? They need to go into the last over with requiring at least less than 15 runs. But they have lost 5 wickets so far, and they will need to make sure that they get into the final over with as many resources as possible, especially the dangerous Ifana Fridi. First ball is on the money from Moshin. Afridi has no answers to the questions he has asked. The interesting over should be the next, which is the second last. The one who's going to bowl it. Will Brian trust Innocent again? Or Trevor Kenya will be back to bowl that final over, the second last over. Was big, but not big enough. Zephania runs, gets under the ball well, takes the catch. There are no heroics for Ifana Fridi today. If the Mamba challengers don't win today, they will need to win the remaining games in the tournament for them to have a chance of making the final. The Mambas and the Scorpions were the two teams who everyone thought would be favorites for making the final. But the Royal Vasani Bucks have surprised everyone, including themselves, by being on top of the table for now. If the Scorpions pick up this win, they will have the same number of wins as the Vasani Bucks. But I think the Scorpions should be ahead on net run rate. Thirty-one of 41 balls. Shane saw the batsman advancing and bowled it wide. Kenneth Waiswa needs to be the hero for the Mambas. Big shot from Kenneth. Deposits the ball into the tennis court. 6 runs. They need at least 3 of those to get close to this score set by the Scorpions. Innocent Mambas has been trusted by his team to bowl the most important over in a T20 game, which is the second last over. 25 required of 12 balls. Daniel Ruyange with Kenneth Waiswa doing the business. The Mambas have some pressure on them because they are desperate to win if they want to be in the final on Saturday. We shall have the experienced Darren Archer as one of the straight enough into the screen. And Zephania really does well. They should have taken 2. But good job from Zephyr. Clearly the physio did some magic on his arm. He's able to put in a quick throw. Darren Archer will be with us on commentary on Saturday for the final. He has some interesting facts. He's a keen follower of Uganda cricket. 24 of 11 balls. Still possible. The Scorpions decide to put more men on the boundary and they bring up the fine leg and third man. So your boundary options are behind the wicket keeper. A very good decision. Once they bring the man in, Kenneth Waiswa loses his wicket. Disappointment from the Mambas. Shows very good skill from the Scorpions who took a chance and got them a wicket. This game, T20 cricket, is about risk. If you're a poor decision maker or if you don't like making decisions, you never win in T20 cricket. You can never be scared of taking risks in T20. The Scorpions have taken one now. It has paid off for them with a wicket. That could have been a single if Trevor had stayed down, but the single has become a wicket for the Mambas. 24 of 10 balls. Cosmas Chewuta joins Daniel Ruyange. Cosmas, another of our budding youngsters, loves to hit the ball and he will thrive in such moments. Once it is there for him to hit, he will throw it into Giga Road. Innocent Mambas has been backed by his team to do a good job. And he has so far done it. He's picked up 2 wickets for 27 runs. But when you bowl at the back end of innings, you're certainly guaranteed of going for runs. Daniel Yange swings and misses. Stephen was not alert to the danger, and he gives away a bye and a single. 23 of 9 balls required for the Mambas. Innocent bowling to Cosmas. Cosmas also loves hitting the ball. If he hits them, they stay hit. But Innocent so far the bowler on top. Innocent, a young man, one of those young boys from Yakasura School, but passed by Busoga College. Maybe that's why he's a champion bowler now, because he went to Busoga College. But he's doing the business. Instead of bowling fast, he started to cut his pace. He's bowling some very nice lower balls. He gets some appreciation from his captain, Brian Masaba, who runs in from the long off boundary to tell him to keep doing what he's doing. Definitely batsmen like Cosmas who love hitting the ball. They would want the ball coming quick at them so that they can put it away. They make a change in the field. I advise him maybe to bowl some Yorkers and bring the cover in and they send the time man back down. Cosmas hits straight into the screen, but Zephyr is there. Trying to take a second nap. No luck there. We can only pick up a single. Very good over from Innocent Mwewaze. It makes the equation very easy for the boy, for the person going to bowl the final over. That's Trevor Bukenya. 22 required of 6 balls. Beautiful bowling from Innocent Mwewaze. Gets high fives from his teammates because now he makes the work very easy for Trevor Bukenya, who can afford to give away at least 18 without pressure. Uganda and Kenya last year, those were in Ogogo, was in a similar situation. We are that here nearly made us happy, but Uganda fell short by a single run in that chase. Trevor bowled well at the beginning, picking up 2 key wickets up front before he was taken out of the attack. Trevor and Cosmas played together on the other 19 side last year. Last year in Namibia. So these two lads know each other very well. They used to open bowling for the under 19 side. Cosmas with the nasty pace, Trevor Bukenya with the style to get wickets. Final over of the game. Swing and a miss, but they take a single and is run out. Very good keeping from Brian Mambas, who's alert to the danger. It's getting harder and difficult for the Mambas to win the game, but they've given it a good fight. 22 runs required off 5 balls. David Wabili on strike. Slower ball from Trevor. Can only pick up a single. Taken 2, but David is able to make it in time. Makunzi was slow with his throwing. Gave the runners an opportunity to take a second. 20 or 4 balls. Need 2 sixes to make this game interesting. Anything less than that, big game over for the Mambas. David Wawede is typically a bowler. You can't blame him if he doesn't connect. When more competent people before him have failed to connect with the same. 19 or 4 balls. 20 or 4 balls required by the Mambas. It's getting impossible. They need at least 19 to tie the game. That is 3 sixes and a single. If the next ball does not go for a boundary, it would mean that the Mambas mathematically cannot win the game. Some words, Trevor is your kind of bowler who likes to give some words. Straight into the screen, but Zephania is there to clean up. It's communication between the two. Now it's mathematically impossible for the challengers to win this game. Henry Senyo on the final wicket. .130 for 8, 19 of 3 balls. 3 sixes tie the game, taking us into a super over. Henry Samuel needs to find the hero in him for us to stay here longer. The score has just been updated, and the requirement is 18 off 2 balls. It means it's virtually impossible for the Mambas unless there is a no ball 6 and it's game over for the Mambas. The team owners, Royal Vasani Bucks, Aziz Damani, Mamba Challengers, plus the sponsors, Pepsi, Hisense, Kaveri, have helped Uganda Cricket put this together. There will be more action tomorrow. There will be more action tomorrow morning. 2 games as well. Another run out by Stephen Wawose, giving the Scorpions their second win of the day, taking it to 3 out of 4. Should be on top of the table now, dislodging the There'll be more action tomorrow in the Elite League. 2 more games. The finals are slated for Saturday. The top 2 sides will face off in a one-off game. The Mambas, the only side without a win. The Royal Vasani Bucks tomorrow will be the team playing 2 games. And of course, they'll be taking on the Mambas and Aziz Damani. The Aziz Damani Scorpions will play the Royal Vasani Bucks in the morning game, and in the afternoon they will take on the Mamba Challengers. We thank everyone who has been able to tune in and watch the live stream. Same time tomorrow, same channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the Uganda Cricket Association YouTube page so that every time they go live you can get a notification. The winners for today's games will be announced on our social media pages later in the day. For the production team at the Lugogo Cricket Oval, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll be here with you tomorrow. Good evening, good night, and good morning from wherever you've been able to stream the cricket.
Smacking, thirst quenching, ace tasting, motivating, good buzzing, cool talking, high walking fast, living ever giving, cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi. Cool fizzing, always loving Pepsi.
Every time you open a Pepsi, Evervest Tonic, Mountain Dew, or Mirinda, you get closer to the people you love. Get free airtime and MBs in every glass bottle at zero cost. Simply SMS the code under the crown to 7888 and stay forever connected with your friends and family.